Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is Yarn Talk episode 90, I believe. If you are new to the channel, Yarn Talk is a knitting, crochet, and fiber arts podcast guaranteed to give you your recommended dose of fiber arts in 60 minutes or less. If you are concerned that your fiber intake may be lower than the recommended dosage, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so more awesome projects like these can keep your hands and your heart full. It's been a bit. Life is insane. It is March 25th today, I believe, and pretty much everybody knows all about the pandemic nonsense that is going on, and no, that's not to downplay that it is a real threat to some people, but for those of us who are not so much at risk, it is very impactful on every aspect of our lives. Primarily that my school, for those of you who don't know, I am in a tech school for massage therapy and was going to be graduating in August of this year. Has been completely delayed at least until the end of April, and with the email that I got from the American Massage Therapy Association, although there hasn't been any official communication or word yet from my school in particular, the AMTA said they want everything shut down until June, which is 2 months longer, meaning that I wouldn't be licensed until maybe Christmas, if I'm lucky. Little bit beyond displeased at that, but there's not really anything I can do about it other than get mad, and getting mad, as much as I've lived in that space for a very large portion of my life, doesn't really do me a lot of good, so whatever. I'm not saying that I won't get frustrated or angry about it, but staying angry doesn't really help anything. So even though it's been quite a while since I did one of these with the insanity of life and everything else, I don't really have a lot done, but I do have a few things, and I will also be reopening my giveaway from February because after multiple attempts I had no contact from the winner of the giveaway. So I will show those items again, and we'll have something towards the end of the video that I would like you all to post in the comments if you're interested in winning. So, done stuff. I only have 2 things that are done and 2 things that I'm working on. This is the second Protecc Your Nekk cowl that I was talking about that I made a pattern for. Like I said, it's super simple. I'm not going to make a paid pattern. I just need to find time when my boys aren't running around being crazy loud to film a tutorial. So it'll probably have to be something that I do at night because their father, my ex-husband, is Army and he is going to be going back to work sometime this week. And since the daycares are shut down, well, not completely shut down, but getting them back in a daycare setting since regular school is shut down and having them be there like 12 hours a day, it's kind of dumb. Anyway, long story short, the boys are going to be with me for the next almost 2 weeks once I go pick them up this afternoon. So it's going to be hard to find time to record a tutorial with them running around and existing, because that's, they're boys, they're loud. Anyway, cowl. So with this one, rather than having the buttons actually be functional, I just stitched the edge of the cowl together so it will stay in place, and just sewed the buttons on. So there's that. I really just need to type up the pattern and make the video. That's really all there is to it. It's super simple, so simple that once you see how simple it is, you're gonna go, wow, why didn't I think of that? So there's that. The other thing that I have done is something that was sitting in stasis for a very, very, very long time, and it is just a rectangle granny stitch lap blanket. It's made in a bunch of different browns. This is Loops and Threads Impeccable. I think maybe it was called terracotta or something. And this is all of the rest of my neutral and brown scrap and partial balls that I had. Some of it is from Sweet Roll Cakes. Some of it is Red Heart Super Saver Shaded Brown. Some of it's the Latte Stripe. I don't even know what all of these are. But yeah. So this is, I mean, it's substantial enough. It's definitely a lap blanket for sure. But the last time I showed it, many, many, many moons ago, I was right here just at the edge of the last bit of the Loops and Threads yarn. So there's that. That's the only other thing I have done. Other than that, I started and did pretty much all of this portion of this sock in a week, and I don't know, life just caught up to me and then I completely stalled on it. But I started making a pair of socks, and they're gonna be like crew length-ish. And I'm using my scraps of yarn that I dyed myself and doing kind of a fade-ish with it. But this was one that I dyed myself, this was one I dyed myself, and this chunk that I'm using, because I just started doing the heel, this gray here, is one of the first yarns that I ever dyed. And I actually used all three of these to make the tri-peak fade shawl that was designed by Holly from Sleepy Fox Yarns, I think is what her company name is now. I don't know if she's changed her channel name. It was Yarn Journey Crochet for a long time. And I've got the socks and what's left of the yarn, which are just little bits here in this bag that was made and sent to me by Claudia from Crochet Luna. I still use this bag. This will always be my sock bag. There's that, and the only other thing I'm working on is something that is still a work in progress, and it's going to be kind of hard to show it right now because unless I'm wearing a tank top or a very tight t-shirt, it is form-fitting and will look very strange. But this is an almost finished granny stripe cardigan. I have decided to call this one in particular my Surf and Turf cardigan. Once you see the color scheme, I think you'll understand why. But I was inspired to make this by watching Jan Carruthers over at Urban Gypsy Crochet, because she was making these gorgeous granny stripe cardigans, and I was like, oh, I really, really like that. But she said that the particular pattern she used was from a video tutorial that was no longer available. It was like a paid video service thing. So I looked around and actually found this free pattern for it on, I think it was from Red Heart. I know I have it saved, so I'll post it. But yeah, I haven't decided if I want to do buttons to kind of close it up in the front or not. I don't know. But I'm working on the sleeves, and this is actually me mixing two different Karen Big Cakes. The one with the blue, the surf portion, is blue macaron. I said Karen Big Cakes. I bought these when they were on sale at Michael's forever ago, and the brown and gray is tiramisu. Let me see if I can show them both at the same time here. I don't know if you'll be able to read that, but there's the numbers and the names. And I haven't decided if I want to keep it if I want to make it just be short sleeved or if I want to go all the way down the arm with the sleeve. I'm not sure yet. But this is what is left of the two cakes. And no, I didn't work from the outside, I actually worked from the inside of these, and I found that I was having the two colors were syncing up too much, like the white from the blue cake and the white from the brown were running into each other. So what I did was I went and wound them on my huge Stanwood 10-ounce winder that I have, and wound from the outside in then, so that the colors were more alternating rather than the same colors in both cakes running together. I didn't want to have a huge off-white gray blob in the middle. So yeah, that's a work in progress. I've woven in all the ends except for the couple from the arms because I am still alternating the cakes for the sleeves, and no, the colors are not completely synced across. I just couldn't get that neurotic about the striping because I knew I wouldn't enjoy it anymore if I did that. I know that some people are all about color control and making sure that you end a stripe before you get a partial stripe, like this gray that runs through here that's only really 3/4 of a stripe. It doesn't even go all the way around. This gray right here. I like it that way. It makes it completely different from anybody else's. And yeah, so that's the only other thing I'm working on. And hopefully I'll have that done this week. I made a lot of progress on it yesterday, and really all I have to do now is decide what I'm going to do with the sleeves and if I want buttons or not. And it's pretty much done. So the only other thing I really have for you guys right now is I'm going to show you the stuff from the giveaway again. So first and foremost, I have 2 skeins of yarn that is hand dyed by me. And if you can see, there is stellina in it. Hopefully the camera is catching the sparkle. This is a speckled kind of dusky rose salmon pink mixed with some periwinkle and darker blue. I called this colorway Glycerin. Like I said, this is hand dyed by me, and this is 100 grams of sock weight yarn, which is 462 yards. It is 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. And I was selling these initially for $25 a piece, and you get both of them as long as you are a subscriber and you actually respond to my attempts to contact you within 1 week of me announcing the winner. So today is Wednesday the 25th, and this will go until next Wednesday, whatever the actual date is. I'll put a thingy down in the description that talks about that so that people will know for sure, because I'm not looking at a calendar and I have no earthly idea what the date is next week. All I know is that it will not be the 32nd, because 5 plus 7 is 12 and 25 plus 7 is 32, and there's no such thing as 32nd. So maybe it's April 1st, I do not know. Anyway, the other 2 things that I have a cork-backed coaster that has my Aah Crochet Slay logo on it, which I did design. I didn't make the coaster, but I did design the logo. And I also have a very heavy-duty canvas bag that has my logo again on both sides, and it has a really heavy-duty metal zipper. It's got a tag inside with care instructions. I have a bunch of stuff that has this logo on it. If you're interested, it's all either up on Redbubble or directly through my Etsy shop. You can see a whole bunch of things there. Pretty much anything that you can put a design on through a print-on-demand company, it's there. Hoodies, coasters, bags, project bags, I think even a shower curtain. I don't know, I just put it on everything that I could fit it on. So, if you are interested in winning all of these things, I would like you to comment down below, as long as you're a subscriber and you can still receive mail from the US, because with all of this fun quarantine stuff, who knows how that's going to affect trade. I'm sure it's already irreparably, well, not necessarily irreparably, I'm sure it's already damaged a lot of things in that regard. I would like you to comment down below with what is keeping you sane in this time of recommended social distancing and isolation. Are you learning a new skill? What are you doing to stay busy? Are you learning to draw? Are you painting? Are you just knitting and crocheting? Are you cooking? Are you baking? What are you doing to stay sane when we're all supposed to just stay away from each other? So let me know down in the comments, and I guess that's really it for now. I do have a bunch of other things I've recorded in the past few months that are not necessarily fiber related that I will probably be editing sometime in the near-ish future, since I really have nothing but time on my hands right now. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys.